All right, all right. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great, great, great. Well, great day, everyone.
Great
It
day,
was a
great day.
rough start, but we done made it on in. We done made it on in, honey.
Yes, we have.
We have made it. I'm so glad you can hear me because I sure enough was having a little bit of trouble. All right, y'all. We got a wonderful show today. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the relationship exchange where it's not just one way, it's an exchange. All right, y'all. It's gonna be big and beautiful today. So, let me first start off by welcoming my co-host, Miss Clasdale. She is here today.
Hello. Well, hello, gray hair goddess. Happy to see you.
Yes,
I hope you
I'm
all
so
out there
glad to
in
see you
beautiful land are
too.
doing well and blessed and just ever happiness. Just wishing
Yes,
everybody well.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Pam. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And hello, everybody out there in relationship land. All right, so we are definitely gonna get started. Okay, so let me let y'all know if you are new to the relationship exchange, join us live every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Now, man, we on Black Folks time.
No, we're not gonna be a cold
Sometimes
people
it's
tonight.
5, sometimes it's 5:01. But we make it here. We make it here every at 5 for relationship exchange. We are not on air during some holidays, but every Sunday, basically, we are here. And I try to do videos throughout the week. We talk about important relationship topics. You can join us on the chat right now, which I am checking the chat. The chat is ready to go, so you can always join us on the chat, and you can, just look for us on YouTube under the Relationship Exchange. If you would like to become part of our panel, you can send me an email at wevibe at the relationshipexchange.com. And if you enjoy listening to us every Sunday, which I hope y'all do, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a like and save our videos to refer back to some of the episodes that you might have liked. Yeah, so give us a like and turn on the notification bell so you have to have that notification bell on because as you can see, y'all probably got notification at the last second that we was coming on. So turn that notification bell on. It will help you remember that we are live every Sunday at 5 p.m. It helps us to continue to be on here every Sunday to serve you and bring you interesting topics and discussions. All right, now that we got all that hoopla out the way, let's get into the love facts of the day. Um, the love fact of the day is in some parts of South Korea, couples don't just celebrate Valentine's Day, they have a special love holiday. Now, this is in South Korea. This is a whole different culture. Whereas we celebrate Valentine's, but they just so happen to celebrate love holiday. It's a special day every 14th of the month. So while we have one big day in February, okay, they have a white day in March. They where men give gifts. So yeah, see, that's what gonna have to happen. The men, y'all gonna have to step up with the gifts. That's what needs to happen. And then they have a Rose Day in May. So we missed the Rose Day. They had one in May, and even a Black Day in April, where single people get together to eat black noodles and mourn their singleness together. Now I don't know
Well,
about that
I don't know
one.
if I'm gonna be more than my singleness, but
I
yeah.
don't think I'm gonna mourn being single because I'm pretty much happy. No, I'm okay with single right now. All the stuff that's going on, no, ma'am, Pam. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm okay. So that is what they do. They get together and do those things. So wow, that's something else. Okay, so our topic for today is the soft and hard launch culture. Now, Miss Classy, I ain't never heard this. Now, from what I understand, this soft and hard launch. So, it's something. This is new. This is brand new in relationships.
You just breaking it down to me today.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of it, but I'm hearing this on social media. Media, that's exactly where it is. And basically, we're gonna start with the soft launch for y'all. This is the soft launch. This is a subtle teaser that you are seeing someone without showing their face or identity. So actually, and you know what that sound like? That sound like the comments and everybody on social media is so hard on people with their dates in the dating culture that they didn't set up here and said, you know what? I'm just gonna show a tiny bit of who my man is. So that's what the soft launch is. It's showing their face or identity. It's the digital version of leaving a paper trail. So it's the digital version of leaving a paper trail. Okay, so they might leave two glasses of wine, a mysterious hand on the steering wheel. Like, let's just say you and your man was together and he had his hands on the steering wheel. So you take a picture of that and post it. That's like a soft launch. That's, or if y'all out together and y'all dressed up together, you might just take a picture of his shoes. You know. So then also the goal is it signals to the world and the exes, everybody that's an ex, it signals to the world and your ex that you are off the market while still maintaining your privacy and avoiding the pressure of a formal announcement. Now, I don't know who all doing this. I don't know, but that's what it is. Now, I'm going to get into the definition of the hard launch, okay, real quick, because that's just the soft side of it. But let me stop before I get to the hard launch and ask you, what do you think, Miss Classdale?
Damn, they need a cooler for this. This is just too much for me. I mean, what is in the world? Why do we follow all these trends about soft and hard? Why does it matter to anybody who you with? Who they are? Why does it matter to your exes who you with? Unless you trying to make them jealous, are you trying to show them, look at me, look at me? I mean, I don't care who my exes are with.
All right.
I still care for them as a person.
Okay.
I'm going to help them because they helped me. If they were good to me. And if I was good to them, they're going to still help me.
Okay.
As they said before. So I think that this are people looking for attention because why do I want to see on your page a shoe or a hand?
Right.
Or some glasses doing like this. I mean, is this an event that I missed or something? Because I'm thinking I missed an event. Am I supposed to be coming to something? Is there
right?
proposal going? To me, I believe people are so intense with the attention and the likes, growing communities, and just being on social media that we have got far away to private is private. That means
and I think that's a form of them saying that the soft launch is private. That's a form of them saying, you know what, I'm not gonna tell y'all everything. First of all, I just think social media is critical, period. I think that it's so critical that they have had to move into this situation to where they are just doing something so subtle. Like, I want y'all to know I got a boyfriend, but I'm gonna do this very, very lightly.
But
You
why
know,
is it important for me to know that you have a
well,
significant other?
that that goes along with you have to be seen. And if you own look how much people are on social media. They're on social media 24/7. So if they scrolling and they see that you posted something, that gives them something to talk about. That gives them something to look at, and they want all the attention. So instead of putting you all in their business, that's where this soft launch comes in. I believe that's just my opinion. Which I'm like you, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. If I got somebody, I have somebody. If we post pictures, cool. If he want to post, fine, it's whatever. But I do believe it's a lot of people that are so in tune to how it is, with social media. They're very in tune to it. So that's why this soft launch came along, I'm guessing, because everybody's that it makes you self-conscious. It
Well,
makes you
that
self
see, that's a problem because
Yeah, it is. It really is.
less is better. So
Right.
if you're self-conscious, you don't need to give them anything unless you have a big social media presence
Exactly.
and you are making money from this. But if I'm making no money, $0, it doesn't make
Mhm.
sense for me to even let you know an inkling about my life. I'm
Right.
here to give you a content, not here to give you
Mhm.
deep into my life. My life is not
Right.
well. I guess some people's life is the content. That's
Mhm.
and so for me, that's where I can't grasp around. Why would you make your life the content if you're self-conscious or you
If
feel a
you
certain type of way?
self-conscious.
Because people are people and they have the right to their opinions. They have the right to their comments, whether they're mean, they're nice. They have a right to say whatever they want.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
you are self-conscious, meek, thin-skinned, social media may not be the place that you need to be delivering content about yourself.
That's right. That's
Stop it,
right.
deliver the content. They have it now. People make cartoons. You don't even know who those people are, but they are
Mhm.
delivering some really great content that's really good for people to grasp. But you never know who these people are. And number one, I think it's because a lot of influencers are getting killed. So they like
Yeah.
you don't need nobody to know because people identify with you. They know you're making a lot of money. They're breaking
Mhm.
into their house. They're killing them out in the
Yeah.
street. And it's really a sad thing that people have resorted to that. But people
Exactly.
envious, just go out there and get it. Make your own content if you feel like you can do better than that person that you rob and are killing.
Exactly. Exactly. Um that's it's new to me. That's just news to me. It's
I
really,
just
really
started from you.
new. And I have never seen anything like it, but that's what's going on social media. So the hard launch, dabbing
I
into the
want to see
hard
what this
launch,
is.
that is the full official reveal of your partner to an entire social circle. So that means that you posted that pic. You posted him, y'all out together. It's a clear tag photo of your partner's face, a couple's video, or a post explicitly stating you are in a relationship. And the goal, it's a definitive statement or commitment. It says, this is my person and I'm proud to show them off. Now I'm gonna say this. I this is just my opinion. It's my opinion. Doing these things can become a way of control. What I
Elaborate.
mean by control, what I mean,
I know where you
you know
finna
what
take
I'm
this. Keep
saying?
going. Keep going.
So what I mean is that could be also become a way of someone, you know, a controlled society to where, you posting there, you setting somebody up, posting their face or whatever, and then, somebody looking for them or the authorities looking for
Manipulation.
them. And you understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I really think that this soft and hard launch is asking you which way you gonna go. Are you gonna go soft or are you gonna go hard? Because it's a form of control, society control. You understand? Also, elite control. Because now they got everybody face, they got everybody doing whatever. But if you doing a soft launch, well, I don't know, because you turn your location on, they know your location. All of this stuff is just is it's really, really, really speaking control type. This is really, really going to become some sort. And if people don't wake up and if they don't realize that their relationship with social media is not an exchange, it's not.
It's not
Their
a
relationship is not an exchange. It was an exchange at first before they took over and started regulating social media. It was an exchange at first, but not now. Now that they got you signing something that your pictures is this for life and is that for this and that, it just makes you leave social media because you want to be able to be free, with yourself like you were with other people. Before social media even came into the picture, it was only the internet. And people said a lot of things about just the internet. Oh, they got all your information on the black web.
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Well,
I
I
know people
mean,
that operate on the black web. They take your. They doing a lot of bad things. That's all I'm gonna say. They do a lot of bad things
exactly.
on the black web.
So if they're doing all of that stuff on the black web, if now I just feel like it's no longer a black web because it's all happening right here, right now, with social media and all that stuff. It's just all happening in real time. So that hard launch, it can be hurtful, it can be, it can really take a few turns. It could go in different directions, is what I'm saying.
So
So
now I got to come with this.
right,
Now,
go ahead. I want to get your opinion.
now that we in the relationship, and you said this soft and hard line. Now we got this to add into dating. How are
Okay.
you on social media? What is your presence? Because now
Mhm.
that's another thing I got to think about before I get involved with you. Because if you're on social media and you take offense if I say, "Oh no, you got to ask me before you post my picture," because some
Mhm.
people take offense to it. Not that I don't want to be seen with you, but we're
Mhm.
seeing in. I think that people are trying to log in. The link was sent, right?
Right.
Okay, so they take offense because they think you don't want to be seen with them, but I do in public.
Mhm.
Not
Right.
online, because now we're reaching masses.
Okay.
Let's save those kind of things for the celebrities, the people that are in that industry. I'm not in that
Right.
industry. I'm not
Right.
making tons. And even if I was making tons of money, you still have some celebrities that are very private. They don't
Mhm.
post anything. You may
Right.
get an interview out of them every 5 years. You're not going to know their business. So, what makes you think a person that's making no money, has no relevance to society, needs to post anything that I need to be thinking about? Or that
Right.
they feel that it's important to me. It's not anything important to me unless you're telling me how to make $1 million. And
But I
nobody's telling
will
you that.
say the reason they did all this is absolute control.
And I
It's absolute
agree.
control. And instead of asking you for your information, instead of asking you to have a relationship with social media, they put something out there they know you'll love and you're gonna give it up for free. You just gonna do it anyway. That's how they operate. Oh, well, let's just put this out. Everybody participate. We ain't gotta look for no face. We ain't gotta do this. We ain't gotta do that. So that just goes to show you the importance of what's of how relationships are advancing with AI, social media. It's showing you how important it is to retreat, to move back to some of the older things that we used to do, like being careful with what we post, or not, or just vanish into a hole to somebody. But see, that's crazy too, because I was gonna say, if you vanish into another social media platform, they get bought out eventually. So there's nowhere to vanish but off. But off the platform,
Disappear.
there's nowhere to
How about
go.
disappear?
Right. There's nowhere to disappear, vanish. You don't have anywhere to go because pretty soon they just go to that platform and they, pull from there. They buy them out. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Authority steps in, it's over with. Just like it was with TikTok. I remember that great TikTok exit. Everybody exited TikTok because of the terms and conditions. I am one of them. So I know what it looks like, you know. But I'm going to get to these questions real quick. So you answered. Now, I'm going to say this. You answered what's the actual point. You
But
answered that. You answered that.
you said it's manipulate, it's control, and it's
It's
a form of
control. It's
control to
control.
control you. Because now, when you go out, anybody sees you, they know that you're with me. So whatever rule, but it's still really not control because let me tell you, you got people that are willing to be side pieces. You got people that are
Mm,
willing to play that secondary role. And this is
yes.
on men and women. If they want to
Hmm.
get with you, they don't care who you with. That's
Right.
why we got all these things going around between one another because
Yes.
oh she's with so and so, but I don't care. She with me too. So now you got a lot of community men and women. I don't want no
Hmm.
community man, and I'm not a community woman.
Right.
So,
Right. I
mm-mm,
understand that.
mm-mm.
Well, the question that was posed, was it a way to protect your peace or is just a way to stay marketable, to other people while you're dating someone? Wow. And I didn't expect that. Wait a minute. The
Marketable.
question is, what's the actual point? Is a soft launch a way to protect your peace or it's just a way to be marketable to other people while you're dating someone? So that means you
So
being
you gonna be
quiet,
marketable when you in a relationship?
you tiptoeing around
Wait,
marketable.
what the young people call a sneaky link. So you sneaky linking around.
Yeah, you tiptoeing around so you can
No good.
actually, you know what? And then, okay, so the question of while you're dating someone, obviously, you know, it's a misunderstanding with dating. To me, I've always felt like it's a misunderstanding because when you and men misunderstand just as well as women. When you're dating and they haven't asked you anything about being with them in a relationship that will be more stable, where you're not dating anyone, nobody seems to make that clear in dating, period. So if they're not making that clear, that means there's a confusion. So I feel like, when you are dating and you want to get to know a person, that's what dating is for. Okay. You're trying to find out exactly where this person works, where they live. You know, it's a way to exchange information about each other and find out exactly what is going on. You understand what I'm saying? With that person. So if you're just assuming that after 4 or 5 dates y'all together and ain't nobody said nothing,
Ask me. Making an ass out yourself. That's what that
ain't
means.
nobody said nothing, ain't nobody actually putting a cuff on anybody, then I still feel like you're dating. Because and then it's up to you what you do with your body during dating. It's up to you. If you want to just give it up and then you don't never see them again, that's totally on you.
To
You
you.
know what I'm saying? That's up to you. But my thing is that I realize that dating is separate from relationships. And
Very
I
much
don't know
so.
how many people understand that.
Well, Here we go again with
Well, I
communication.
mean, I was just saying, I don't. You was freezing for a little bit. I'm like, what's she doing?
Here we
You
go
was
with
just freezing up just a little bit.
oh, that's what it was. It was restraint. Let me on,
Okay,
y'all. Restraint.
so
Communication
so
starts with
yeah.
communication because if you're coming to a relationship at any age, and I understand the more older you get, the more wiser you get, and you get better with your skills,
Mm,
as we all do, because
oh yeah, oh
we
yeah,
wasn't good with our skills back in the day either. But as you
right.
get older, I'm quite sure you just don't want to go with a sense of confusion. And you
Mhm,
got to be clear with your expectation. What are you expecting from me? And so I've
mhm,
heard a couple of women and guys say, I don't want any expectations on me. I'm just dating. So
mhm.
you other person has to take it as that. You can't just assume this is going to be my man, this is going to be my woman. They just told you clearly, I don't want any expectations on me. We're dating, we're having a good time. Now, if you decide to give him or her some, that's on you. But don't think because you done lay down in the bed, oh, now you my man. No, we
Right.
just
And
you
see,
I
that's
don't
and
want
that's
that.
that's the issue because as soon as you do that, you break. You're doing relationship things. I mean, like it just needs to be understood that
Right.
when you're dating, sex should have nothing to do with it because you don't even know that person. But some people just feel like,
They're very
hey,
casual.
yeah,
They're
casual, yes.
very
And
casual.
remember, they ask you on dating sites, are you looking for casual dating?
Right.
What are you looking for? So,
And you
and
need to be clear.
I just don't even think that should have been an option. You ask me, that really shouldn't have been no option. But I'm
Well,
gonna
you
get to
have
the
some
sex.
people out there that just want sex. They just want physicalness. They don't want any, they want it's physical because it's not intimate. There's nothing intimate about just having sex. I don't even know
Well,
why it's called intimacy because it's not intimate. You don't know this person. I mean, how are you you don't even know them. So how is it intimate?
I'll say this. Um, a lot of people need to have a relationship with themselves and understand who they are before that happens, because that's serious. That's where all of the emotions come in at,
The game.
and we gonna have to get into another, we definitely gonna have to get on that, emotions from physical entertainment.
Definitely.
We gonna have to have a Sunday podcast about that, a Sunday
Yes.
powwow.
That's definitely a power.
We
Intimacy versus casualty.
Yeah.
Casualness.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Okay.
But trying to stay on topic, like I said, um, I just think that that period, you need to understand dating and relationships, that they are two separate things, and you have to learn that. And just like you said, it comes with wisdom. All that stuff comes with wisdom, but your wisdom needs to kick in early. You need to
Yeah.
kick your wisdom better kick in pretty early.
Well, you gonna be getting manipulated a lot of
A
times.
whole lot, a whole lot. So, okay, so the hard lunch, do you think it puts too much pressure on a relationship? Does making it Instagram official make it harder to break up if things go south?
Yep. Because now you got 2 million people in your business making
Yep.
comments that they don't
Yes.
even want to
That's
be
exactly what we just got through talking about.
because they don't even know the ins and out of your relationship. Only you and that other person knows. So why make it hard on both of y'all when you
Right.
you need outside comments? First of all, they don't know you. They don't know him.
Mhm.
They just
Right.
see you. They're assuming how your life is going by based on what you're posting, which could be fraudulent, which can be
Mhm.
a facade.
Mhm.
Like we know people posting they making all this money, and you find them and you be like, these the people that's on Instagram, why they over here? What is that what
Right.
they do? What they posting on social media? These people don't got no money. Somewhere somebody
Mhm.
lying. So why even put yourself through
Exactly.
that? Because dating is hard enough. Being in the world is hard enough. So why do you even
Mhm.
care about what
Mhm.
other people say?
Yeah.
I guess, like
What's
you
the
said,
point?
people want to be seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I feel the same way. Like if you do put it out there like that, and all those people, you're gonna get some ugly comments. Number one, if it goes south, you definitely gonna get some really ugly comments for that matter.
Hmm.
Well, privacy versus secrecy. At what point does I want to keep my life private turn into I'm hiding you? Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that means that's you need some definitions in here because that's true. That
Well,
okay, so I'm a private person. Private means secret. I'm a secret person because
I'm
I didn't
just
show you it.
saying,
So what? But you gotta let me let you elaborate because if you don't think privacy is secrecy, go
I
ahead.
do. I do to a certain extent. But
To a certain extent, okay.
here we go again. I'm back to square one because now I got to ask you when I'm dating
Mhm.
you, because we're not in a relationship yet. And I'm not
Right,
letting you post me while I'm dating because dating is dating. I may be dating three other people. Doesn't mean I'm sleeping with three other people, but may the best person win because we don't have time to waste here. Even when you're
right,
young, you don't have time to waste. You really don't
right.
got to. It's in no kind of relationship if you looking for a certain goal.
Okay.
So if I tell you I'm not on social media, I may not be the woman for you because I'm not that person that wants to be taking a whole bunch of pictures and you putting me up.
And then posting them and doing all that stuff. But
So
I don't think that has anything to do with privacy. I say that's a preference. When you start secrecy comes in when you begin to omit information. Omit. That means that maybe we were dating and I told you on the date, well, I'm not ready to reveal that information as of yet. And that person says, okay, well, we are dating and we just gonna, wait until, we get further in, down the line. So you get further down the line and that person, you're in a relationship now, and they ask you that same question. If you omit that, you know what I'm saying? If you omit it and don't tell them or just feel like that's none of their business, the whole entire relationship y'all together is none of their business.
none of their business about what? Because you was talking about a lot.
No, I'm talking about like if you follow me, I'm talking well, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you're dating and it turns into a relationship and they asked you a question while you were dating and then you're in a relationship, you've gotten so far that you went to a relationship. So now they ask that same question. I'm saying if you omit that, if you omit it, is that privacy or secrecy? That becomes secrecy.
But are they admitting to omitting what you asked them? Are they just saying I'm not going to answer it now again?
I mean, that's just it. If I tell you, if I still say that I can't answer that again,
Oh,
or they run around the bush or whatever, that's secrecy.
that's lying.
Oh, well,
That's
secrecy
lying.
could be turned into a
Well,
lie too.
why we gonna call
So
them
how
nigga
did
lie?
it turn? Wait, how did it turn into a lie?
Because you ain't ready to tell the truth about what's going on, and now you a liability, liability. That's what your ass is, a liability. I don't got time for that. You a liability. Your ass is a liability. You done became that. So you
Okay.
ain't admitting, you ain't being secret, you just a liar. Because if it's something that I asked you when we was dating, okay, I can get past that. Because if it's something that's being asked, it
But
must be
see, if you don't
pertaining
know
to you.
but if you don't know the truth, it's still a secret because you don't know the truth. So you can't actually call him a liar. You call him a liar when you find out what they did wasn't true.
they're gonna be a liability. Liability.
Would you say that's still a liability?
Liability, because you're a liability to me because I don't know what's going on. And I'm supposed to
Okay,
be your
and
friend.
then that's why I said it continues. Does that continue to be private or secret? Is that do you? I mean, how far? This is what I want to know. How far does the boundaries go to secrecy and privacy? So if I tell you, oh, girl, that's private, but we in a 5-year relationship, how the heck?
Ain't
That's a
nothing
secret.
private. Right. Ain't nothing private.
Exactly.
You're a
Point.
liability.
My point exactly.
Liability.
My point
Liability.
exactly.
Liability.
It's secrecy and it's that it ends privacy. It becomes a secret. And if you don't know that secret and you have to find out from somebody else, that could hurt somebody.
That becomes a
Secrecy,
liability.
yeah,
So if you want
it
to call
is.
it a secretability, it could be that too. But it's all gonna be a
You said a
liability.
secretability.
It's gonna be that's what it's gonna be because if it come out and it's something hurtful to me, then hey, now see that was a liability to me because now I'm you have aroused emotions in me because I'm
Okay.
getting attached. So you're a liability. You're a liability.
Still a liar, huh?
Still a liar. So when you're in a relationship and you really truly like this lady or man, there's nothing you
Mm,
should be hiding from them.
right.
And
Okay.
you can go into a relationship and you got to be the
My
CIO.
my
You got I got to ask every question. No, that's gonna run me away. Because now, why is you interrogating me? You the CIA, FBI, CNN. Who is you? Why you got to know all this? You are a liability.
yeah.
Oh, let me get away from you.
Okay. Well, all right. So then let's go to the X factor. Is the soft
Okay.
launch really your friends, or is it a signal to your exes that you've moved on without actually saying it? Now that's the soft launch. The soft launch was taking a little picture on the steering wheel, doing the little shoes and things of that nature.
This is just a waste of time. Now, I don't even agree with the soft line. I don't. So it's like you can't even be engaged with that because if they mean that much to you, why do they mean so much to the world? If they mean so much to you, the world
Right?
don't care who you with. The world don't care who you lay with at night, unless it's somebody
Mm.
trying to get with you. But I don't even think your exes care because they done moved on with somebody.
Yeah, and some of them do move on and some of them don't. Um, okay. So I'm gonna go to gender roles in the launch. Do men and women view launching differently? Is one gender more likely to see a soft launch as a red flag? Now, some men probably are like that. They probably like, oh, nah, man, she posting already.
Yeah, because they ass is dating other women, and you are okay. We in a relationship though now, right? This a
Well,
relationship.
no, this is still dating.
Oh,
If you in a relationship, that can't be a red flag because I feel like okay, I'm gonna ask you. First of all, what about the permission? You need to get permission about this stuff. Okay, because
no.
everybody don't want their picture posted. Everybody is not looking to get their stuff posted. You need to get permission for some of this stuff.
Hello.
So if you got the permission and you're dating or in a relationship, um, I just feel like how could that be a red flag? Like, where does that come in at? Because I got you said we together, we supposed to be together, but it's just like you said, if you're cheating, well, yes, it's a red flag. You're
Then
cheating.
here we go again. Before we even get to the relationship, and we're dating, you need to know what my ex. I don't. I'm not on social media like that.
Right.
And people
Well, we're
cannot
talking
oh,
about the people that are. We just talking about the people that are on
are
social
in
media.
relationships. Oh, the people
Yeah,
that are in social media.
yeah,
Okay, so I'm
yeah.
glad that you redirected me because
Hmm.
the people that are
She
on
was
social
like,
media,
"Look, I ain't even on there."
I'm just, I guess I can't even, it just takes me back to the same thing. Why are you even posting us? Are, are you a
Well,
celebrity?
this is a good thing for people that are on social media. They use social media a whole lot. People that always, that are always in tune with social media. This is a good this these are good questions for them. Like,
Okay, well, let me
so the
just act like
viewers,
I'm in
the,
social media land with you.
right.
If you got their permission, I think they're both wonderful.
Right, exactly.
I'm in social media line. It's wonderful as long as the person consents. Works for me.
Okay, okay. So let's go to financial. So if you're soft launching expensive dinners and trips, are you setting a financial expectation that you can't maintain in a hard launch? So, wow, that's a good one.
Just deep.
That's a good one
Well, you
because
ain't gonna see him for a
if
while.
that man, if you expecting that man to treat you just like, you posting all the little places y'all went, and then y'all get in a relationship and don't go nowhere ever again. And people,
Well,
social media gonna be like, well, where's all them 5-star hotels y'all stayed at? Y'all still doing that?
how
People
you
be,
know she not paying for him?
huh?
So they might still be going, but how you know she not paying for him?
Well, and you know what? To keep from revealing that, she gonna say he paid for it on
Which is
social
a lot.
media. That's one thing that may be an advantage. They ain't in a relationship financially. They not actually at your house looking at you. They ain't at your door. You only get what is posted. That's all you get. You're not getting no whole, people ain't coming over sitting on your couch looking at you and your man.
No
So she
damn, they
might tell
posting
them,
that though. They posting it
yeah,
like you want to make
like
every
they
move.
are. But
Right.
then social media gonna know something wrong when all of that stops. If it
Yes, they
stops
are.
abruptly. If it stops abruptly, you gotta have excuses for that.
Guess what? Here we go in social media line. Don't people take breaks? Hey, you all, I took a break. She's been for 6 months. And now that person is no longer there. She has a new person. And because it's a song,
And that's
I'm
a
gonna
good
post
way to
another
hide. That's a good
I'm gonna
way. That's
post a new
that's a good
thing.
way to exit.
I'm gonna post a new hand. You don't know who this is because you never seen their face. So I took a break and now I got a new person that's doing the same thing. So this person never gets into a real relationship. They're just in the dating game. Wow. It's
Whew.
such a facade. And now I'm
Mm.
beginning to think these soft launch people are liabilities. Here we go with the liars. They liabilities. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Girl.
I don't want it. No.
Mm. Okay, so this one says, should there be a mandatory timeline? Is it a red flag if you haven't launched at all in 90 days? After 90 days? 3 month,
I,
like a three, somebody's giving a 3-month rule to this. Should there be a mandatory timeline? I'm like, what I can't believe it's a timeline for you to launch.
right. When it wasn't social media, how did you launch? That's what I want to know.
Right. Well, when I was on social media, I didn't. Everything was offline. I ain't had time for that. I was too busy trying to see what money I could make. Shoot, I ain't do none of that. I was and it I know when I started social media, it never was about dating. It just never was. I think at the time that I started, I had my celibacy journey or my absenteeism journey or what have you. I never I never had to post anyone or do anything like that because I wasn't a part of that culture. Maybe I guess you could say I just wasn't a part of that.
I think
So,
that launching is a separate entity in itself with different people. So I think that if a person is in a relationship and they're into each other, I don't think that's going to be very important. I think that
mm,
it's important to some. So I give it to the people that want to do that, but I think that it will cause a strain on their relationships because
mm,
if you're doing a soft launch, obviously the other partner is probably not in tune with that. So that's why you're able to do a hand, a foot, you know, a hat, are from the
mhm.
back because I've seen it on social media, but I didn't know that's what that meant. So
Right.
you just gave it a name. So I understand why am I seeing the back of this person? What is this about? But
Because
why
they want to be private as hell.
you ain't private though? Because some people have this kind of software that can know who you are from the back or can hear your voice. Or I mean,
Yeah,
there's
and
some
hopefully a lot of average people are not that advanced with, oh my God, if you are.
they are. It's software out there that
I'm
even the
praying
person
they
on the back.
not. That is crazy.
Well, it is out there. So get if we got AI, what do you think? Hmm.
Well, I don't know if they got, well, I thought like corporations or the police will
Your,
probably have that, not
your
just everyday
ordinary people.
people to
Your
be able to
everyday
tell if
people.
is girl that's your hair. Yeah, that's her in the back. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna have to start wearing some aluminum foil in the back.
Yeah, you might have to. So I think also, and now you're going to a hard line. That's putting a strain on the relationship if the other person's not consenting. So it's to each his own. You're gonna really still have to go to that basic number one. I'm asking you consent. I'm asking this during the dating process. How do you feel about? Because I like to get on social media. So do you mind if we are on there together? Some people gonna tell you no. So then if that bothers you, you need to. That's just gonna be your friend.
Well, one thing I do kind of like is not, this is question number 9. It's an audit. You can audit the launch. Okay. It says, could a relationship audit include a conversation about social media boundaries before the launch ever happens? So I feel like if you are, you know, thinking about this person really, really hard and you're trying to figure out if that's the person that, that you want to actually have some long-term dealings with, auditing the relationship or auditing who you're dating, period, that should just be a part of what happens when you're dating or in a relationship. The audit, you know um auditing the boundaries, what you can and can't do with this person, having a conversation about boundaries and things like that. Being more relationship smart when it comes to dating and relationships. Just being extra smart about who, getting the information up front so you can make a clean decision. A lot of people don't give you a chance to make a clean decision. They make decisions for you. You know, something so important that you probably would say no to, they made a decision for you. You know, that's just like some people say, well, in a relationship, well, I didn't ask you because I didn't think you would do it. What, so you me now? You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just getting, making sure you get clear boundaries, or not just making sure you do audit and make sure that's what you want out of a relationship. And that goes back to standards. There go your standards coming back in. What's your standards? Your standards are actually your boundaries. Look at them words that goes hand in hand: boundaries, standards, privacy, secrecy. Two interchangeable
Liability.
words. Liabilities, disability.
Secretability.
Right.
I think that
What you
people they
say?
move so fast
Secretability.
into relationships, they don't have a chance to do all those things in the beginning, and that's when you run into those that conflict. And
Okay.
then many people, once they run into the conflict, they don't know how to do conflict resolution.
Right. And that's something that should be taught, like, because not everybody has the capacity to do conflict resolution. Some people will argue until, they get blue in the face and never come to a resolution or a resolve about anything. They'll never get a solution. And then they'll keep that in the back of their mind forever for the duration of, well, I remember you said blah blah blah. You can't. What was the solution to this? Because I know we talked about this before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what you end up saying. What was, I know for a fact we went over this a million times. Why are we doing it again? But see, those are people that argue without a solution, without a resolution. And to me, that's a mental disability. That's mentally disabling when you can't seem to come to an amicable agreement. Um, Everything deserves a solution. That's an issue. If it's not an issue, you don't have to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think everything deserves a solution. That's an issue.
Or at least some type of meeting point or
Meaning of the minds, yeah.
meeting ground where we didn't agree all together, but we met here until another time. And
Right.
I know when you meet somebody, you're not going to always get to know that person wholeheartedly because you could be with somebody 20 years and not know them.
Right.
So just understanding that person's personality, their likes, their dislikes, how do they communicate with you on different issues is very important to how you're going to move along with that person in the relationship.
Mm.
Because if
I,
you
I
are,
I also feel like you need to have the capacity to do that. A lot of people
well,
are.
then now you don't even need to be dating that person. They don't have a capacity because you're the only one. This is going to be not even an exchange. This is the one-way street.
Yep. And that's the
Um,
thing. A lot of people have a one way. They got a one way mind. They don't have the capacity to see two ways.
and
You
that's the
know,
problem.
yeah, it is. That's a really big issue, but you have to be able to recognize that. You got to recognize it early in the relationship when it becomes a problem. You got to. Yep. All right. So that looks like we about to wrap it up. Look at that.
That was a good topic. You
Another
came up with a
successful
good one.
show.
I just heard about that. You definitely it almost needs a part two.
Hmm. I feel it
But
does because I still had other questions left.
so I feel like we need a part two to this
All
because it
right.
goes back to those standards and those morals, like you said,
Yep. Yeah.
boundaries, standards and
All
boundaries.
those boundaries. Yeah. Well, y'all, I've enjoyed y'all so much today.
Me too.
my wonderful people. I've enjoyed you tremendously. Now we're gonna do this again next Sunday. Next Sunday, I was thinking about talking about the no contact rule for some reason because I had gotten some questions in the comments about that, so I'm going to address that probably next Sunday.
Okay.
We gonna, you know what? We gonna go over the no contact rule one more time and see how that works out for today, this modern day society. I have done the no contact rule before, so we are gonna get into that, and that might be good for next Sunday. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to get on it. We might do that next Sunday. But I love y'all. Please remember, guys, to come back and see us next Sunday at 5 p.m. at the Relationship Exchange, it's not just one way, it's an exchange. If you like this conversation today, I ask you one favor, that you would subscribe to the channel and come back and see me next week. Come on back and see me. Give us a like so the algorithm can push it out to everybody else that might need this same exact conversation. Now, I'm going to put some clips up during the week, and I'm going to try to see y'all next week. But turn those notification bells on. Like I
And like,
told you, we black
and
folks.
like.
Hit that like button, right? If you really like what we saying, hit that like button. Turn the notifications on so you can know when we're coming on. Sometimes I'm able to schedule it right as soon as I get off this live. I'm able to schedule. And sometimes it's a last minute thing. So you gotta have your notifications on. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming in and being with me and Miss Clydesdale.
Thank you,
Love
guys.
you guys.
Have a good
And I'll
week.
see
Be
you
blessed
all.
and be a blessing.
Yes, see you next Sunday. Oh, before y'all go, just in case, don't forget my QR code up there. Anytime you wish to donate, feel free to donate during the live. It will be greatly appreciated, and it'll keep us up on our toes about coming in and seeing you all every Sunday. All right, so we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful week, and it's not just one way; it's an exchange. See you guys.